Hello guys, welcome to Power Voice Language Center where linguistic precision is at the service of your ambitions. Dans cette vidéo, nous allons parler beaucoup plus d'une situation assez courante chez beaucoup de personnes qui ne sont pas les natifs de la langue anglaise et qui surtout sont en train d'apprendre l'anglais. Eh bien, cette réalité est que quand nous écoutons les natifs de la langue anglaise communiquer, nous avons parfois du mal à comprendre le fond du message qu'ils sont en train de faire passer, où nous comprenons ce qu'ils disent, mais de façon superficielle. Mais pourquoi? Pourquoi est-ce que nous avons du mal à comprendre les natifs de la langue anglaise? Eh bien, dans cette vidéo, nous allons aborder un aspect de ce problème et voir ensemble comment vous pourriez progressivement commencer par vous habituer et à vous adapter à ces nouvelles réalités. You guys ready? Let's go. Let's dive right in. Alors, ce dont nous voulons parler aujourd'hui est relié au verbe. Au verbe, mais pourquoi? Beaucoup vont se poser cette question, n'est-ce pas? En anglais, nous avons une certaine particularité avec les verbes. Généralement, à l'école, nous avons appris les verbes comme les verbes réguliers, les verbes irréguliers, et que nous utilisons, n'est-ce pas? Alors, aujourd'hui, nous voulons maintenant aborder d'autres types de verbes. Et c'est en réalité ce type de verbe que les natifs de la langue anglaise utilisent beaucoup plus. Savez-vous quel est ce type de verbe? En anglais, nous parlons des Phrasal Verbs. Parfait. Donc, l'objectif maintenant est que nous allons parler un peu plus anglais, d'accord? Parce que nous allons voir un peu, comprendre ce qu'est les Phrasal Verbs, comment est-ce que nous pouvons les utiliser et comment est-ce que nous pouvons surtout les utiliser dans nos conversations de tous les jours. So, what is a phrasal verb actually? So, what do we mean when you say phrasal verb? So, a phrasal verb is just a verb combined with one or two small words. And that can be words like up, on, off, in, out, or into. Okay? It depends. When you take, for example, a specific verb, that can be a regular verb or an irregular verb. Okay? And then we add one of these specific words and automatically that change the meaning of the main or the original verb. And that gives or provides another meaning. Awesome. Donc, si vous allez avoir de la facilité à comprendre les natifs de la langue anglaise, il faut vous habituer et commencer par utiliser beaucoup plus les phrasal verbs. Mon objectif donc dans cette vidéo est de vous aider à connaître quelques phrasal verbs parmi une liste qui est vraiment très large. Ok, mais nous allons aborder juste quelques phrasal verbs. Et ces phrasal, vous pouvez donc les utiliser pour décrire vos journées ou les utiliser quand vous voulez parler de votre journée à vos amis ou à vos proches. So here, for example, are some phrasal verbs that you can use when you want to describe your daytime, when you want to talk about how you spent your daytime. So phrasal verb number one, to wake up. To wake up. So when you say to wake up, it just means, for example, when you stop sleeping and open your eyes, right? So you were sleeping and then you stop sleeping and you open your eyes. The right word that you can use to describe that action is to wake up. Example, I woke up today at 5:30. I woke up today at 5:30. And pay attention, woke up. You see, that's the past tense of to wake up. The second phrasal verb that we want to talk about today is to get up, right? Great. So to get up actually means to leave your bed after waking up, okay? When, for example, you wake up, you get up, okay? Excellent. So here is a practical example. I woke up today at 5:30 and got up at 5:40. I woke up today at 5:30 and got up at 5:40. You see, very good. So to wake up, you stop sleeping and you open your eyes. To get up, then you get up from your bed after waking up. Awesome. The third phrasal verb that we want to talk about today is to take off. Okay, and to take off actually means to remove something like clothes, shoes, or leave the ground. That's another meaning. But let us focus on the first meaning, to remove something like clothes our shoes. What does it mean? For example, before you take a bath early in the morning, or before you step out of your bedroom, you do something. You have to put your clothes on, right? You have to put your shoes on. And the phrasal verb that you can actually use is to take off, right? That means you remove the clothes, okay, to get ready, for example, to take a bath or to take a shower, okay, before leaving out. Awesome. So here is a practical example. We have before getting into the living room, you have to take off your shoes. Okay, so you come to visit a friend of yours, right? And before you have to step in the living room, you gotta remove your shoes, right? Yeah. So before getting into the living room, you have to take off your shoes. So now let's talk about the second meaning of the phrasal verb to take off. It actually means to leave the ground, okay? And most of the time we're talking about plane or fly, right? When we don't want to leave, we use the phrasal verb take off. For example, you can say the takeoff of the airplane. In French, it means le décollage de l'avion, so the take off of the airplane. You can also say, for example, our flight will take off at 8:30. So our flight will take off at 8:30. Okay. You can also say, for example, the plane is about to take off. The plane is about to take off. Another phrasal verb that we're going to talk about today is to put on. To put on. And also pay attention to the way we made the linking between the verb and the other word. Put on, right? And it actually means to wear something. And when you listen to native speaker, it's very rare that they use an irregular verb to say, I'm going to wear my clothes. Now, that's very, very rare. But instead, they will say, I'm going to put on my clothes and get out of here. You see, put on my clothes and get out. So here is a practical example. He puts on his new suit for the event. He puts on his new suit for the event. Another phrasal verb that we're gonna talk about is to sleep in. To sleep in. You see, to sleep naturally means to sleep, right? When you close your eyes and you rest in, we talk about to sleep, right? But when we add the preposition of the word in, right, it automatically changes the meaning. It becomes to sleep later than usual, for especially in the morning. Okay, so for example, when you have a demanding daytime, you have a hard daytime, okay, you really exhausted. Now, on your weekend time, for example, you decide a little bit to rest a little bit longer than you were used to, right? Then you use the phrasal verb to sleep in. Makes sense, right? So here is a practical example. I was tired, so I slept in and woke up at 10 a.m. I was so tired, so I slept in and woke up at 10 a.m. Another phrasal verb that you can also use is to turn on. To turn on is another practical phrasal verb that you can use to describe your daily life. And it means to start or activate a machine or device. A machine or device. And here is a practical example. Please turn on the lights. Please turn on the lights. Please, bro, I turned on the TV. Please, bro, I turned on the TV. Another example that we have as phrasal verb is to turn up. And guess what? You see, we talked about turn on. It has a specific meaning. But when you want to change that preposition, and instead of using on, we're going to use up, it also has another meaning here. Et c'est un peu ce que nous disons comme particularité. Ces deux phrasal verbs dont nous sommes en train de parler, to turn on and to turn off. Prêtez un peu attention. Qu'est-ce qui a changé entre les deux? C'est juste le on qui a été remplacé par le off. Et juste parce que nous avons changé le on par le off, ça a changé automatiquement le sens du verbe. Et cela devient simplement to appear. So when you say to turn up, it means to appear or to arrive. You see, to arrive or to appear, especially unexpectedly. So the person wasn't expecting you to show up, right? But now you appear. So you turn up. Here is a practical example. He turned up at the party without telling anyone. He turned up at the party without telling anyone. So he appeared, so that means he appeared or arrived at the party. Okay, great. So another phrasal verb that we're gonna have a look at is to look after. Again, to look after. And to look after actually means to take care of someone or something. Okay, to take care of someone or something. Okay, for example, if you are children, or if you are a child, sorry, or you are children, your parents are not at home, so they ask you, stay at home and take great care of your little brother. Okay, and then that responsibility that your parents actually give you, we call it, okay, to look after. So that means it's your responsibility to look after your little brother. Great. So here is a practical example. She looks after her little brother. She looks after her little brother. And the last phrasal verb that we want to talk about today is to give up. To give up. And to give up actually means to stop trying or to quit. Okay, so let me ask you guys, are you a person who loves giving up, or you're a kind of guy who loves pushing forwards, who likes fighting back, who likes struggling to get whatever you want to have? You better be that kind of guy who loves striking, a kind of guy who loves fighting back, okay? A kind of guy who loves keeping up with what he decides to do, because that's how you can be able to achieve something in life. So to give up means stop trying or to quit, okay? And here is a practical example. Oh my God, so funny. So guys, I hope you have been struggling to improve your English level, right? But don't give up. I do know that many of my students are actually struggling to improve, to enhance and beautify the English level, right? But no matter how hard that can be, never and ever give up. Keep learning, keep it up, and keep moving forward. And above all, and most importantly, never give up. Thank you so guys for watching. I hope you've learned something from today's video. So whether you're beginner, intermediate, or advanced, take your time, watch again and again that video, because there is something inside that video that you're gonna learn. And please don't forget to subscribe, to like, and drop me a comment, and I'll be so happy to see you in the next one. Looking forward to see you guys, and take great care. Bye bye.